Hey. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, Lionel Labor's Local 663 remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Well, just 10 games on the docket tonight in the quarterfinals. We'll have all the scores. We've reached out to some coaches. We may have a abbreviated show so to speak, this evening. Lots of basketball games going on in the area as well as state championships in soccer. And we might hit on that just a little bit as well. But we welcome in to the studio here at the Bambino's Italian Cafe studio for Playing on Sports, Kent Mueller. Kent, how are you tonight?
I'm doing very well. Some good football going on tonight.
There was, and probably no better game than the one I got to watch, and that was Nixa as they went up to Lee Summit North, and with 10 seconds left, score a touchdown on an Adam McKnight pass following a huge run that he had where he got up and was kind of limping a little bit. But Nixa down 20-14. They get the ball back at their 12-yard line with 2 timeouts and 88 yards to go, and they get it done, get it in the end zone on a 19-yard touchdown pass from McKnight to Lynch, I believe, was on the receiving end, and then the all-important extra point was good. So with 10.1 seconds left, Nixa went up 21-20, and that ended up being the final score in just a tremendous game that came right down to the wire. But outside of that, tell us what's on the scoreboard at this point.
Well, at this point in time, in 8-man playing tonight, we have Rockport defeating LeBlanc. LeBlanc out of St. Joe. And let's see, we also have in Class 1, District 1, St. Vincent, which was a number 1 seed, 11-0. They stayed undefeated tonight. They won 42-0 over Crystal City. And we have Adrian, who defeated Marionville, the defending champion, that snapped their 25-game winning streak. It was Adrian 17, Marionville 8. And we have Penny winning over North Platte. North Platte was just a 7 seed, 3-8 coming into this. What a great postseason story they were. They won 1 game in the regular season, and then they won 2 in the postseason to be 3-8. They played a credible game tonight against Penny. Penny 35, North Platte 13. And we have, scrolling down here to Class 5, MICDS came out ahead 49-3 over Fort Zumwalt West in Class 5. Also, Platte County defeated Webb City 35-0. And we have, the game that you had just mentioned, Nixa 21, Lee Summit North 20. And I tell you, that has to be a disappointing way to end the season for the Broncos, but they had a great year. And that's really good football when you have a comeback like that on the last drive. That's just good for the sport. So those are the football scores that I have at this point. I'm still looking for 3 more.
Well, with 2:20 remaining in the fourth quarter, Kirkwood leads Jackson 45-35. If Kirkwood hangs on there, then they will travel to Nixa the next Saturday and play at Eagle Stadium there on the campus of Nixa High School. So 45-35. Kirkwood is on top with 2:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Looking at next week's matchups, like I mentioned, if Kirkwood wins, they will be at Nixa there in Class 6. The other 2 games in Class 6 will be DeSmet taking on Rockbridge tomorrow at 1, and Liberty versus Oak Park also tomorrow at 1. Going back up into the 8-man football, the Bishop LeBlanc Rockport game, the only game that was scheduled tonight, 8-man football. Tomorrow, Lockwood versus Archie, Concordia versus Bramer, and Worth County versus North Shelby. In Class 1, and we're waiting to hear on the Tipton final. Whoever wins that Tipton-Harrisburg game, they will get Penny in the next round. And Adrian will face St. Vincent. Right now has got to be the favorite, I would think, in Class 1 football to take home the title. Class 2 games tomorrow. Everything is tomorrow in Class 2 and Class 3. You got Valley Catholic taking on Bowling Green. Lamar versus Pembroke Hill. Lafayette County will host Fair Grove, and South Shelby takes on Mid Buchanan. In the Class 3 state quarterfinals, they are also all on Saturday. We Live for Life facing Dexter. Mount Vernon will host Seneca. Hallsville versus Blair Oaks, and Oak Grove will take on Maryville. And in Class 4 tomorrow, got Festus versus Gateway, Warrenton versus West Plains, Lutheran North versus Parkway North, and that Warrensburg-Kearney game has not gone final yet, but Kearney with a substantial lead in that contest.
I have a Kearney final now. Kearney wins over Warrensburg 49-14.
So 49-14 is the final there. So, and in Class 5, tomorrow will be Cardinal Ritter versus Washington, and Helias will host Republic. In the bottom of that on the other side of that bracket, MICDS, they advance, and they will play Platte County. And where that game will be, I am not for certain yet. I do know if Kirkwood hangs on, they will be in Nixa. If Jackson comes back and wins, then Nixa will travel to Jackson in Class 6. As we look at just the boys soccer score or state tournaments, games that are going on, Valley Park, they are your Class 1 state champion for the first time in any sport as Valley Park defeats Missouri Military Academy 4-0 to win the state title in soccer. St. Pius X out of Kansas City takes home the third place game as they shut out New Heights Christian Academy 6-0. In Class 2 soccer, boys soccer, your state champion is Clayton as they shut out St. Michael the Archangel 3-0. And your third place victory belongs to Orchard Farm as they defeat Logan Rogersville 2-1. Class 3 semis, which were played today, you saw Vianney shut out St. Francis Borgia 2-0, and Ladue defeats Van Horn 1-0 on penalty kicks. So they will play for the Class 3 state title tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. at Lindenwood University. And in Class 4, in the semifinals, DeSmet, they defeat Rockhurst 3-1. In the bottom of that bracket, that game should be final, you would think by now. But it was SLU taking on Liberty North, and I believe I saw where SLU had won, but I don't have the score, neither does Misha. But anyway, that state championship will be at 6 p.m. tomorrow. As we continue to update our scores in quarterfinal state football action tonight, we got Bishop LeBlond advancing, and we're looking to see if Tipton, if that game has gone final. Adrian over Marionville 17-16, as Kent said. And that must have been a whale of a game. So 2 one-point games tonight. And we bring in now from Alan Hilliard Sports. Alan, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well here. Just literally got home here. It was a good night of basketball.
Yeah, it's everybody's kind of opening up now. Most of your jamborees are done, I believe. Maybe even all of them are done now. And some regular season games. I know Coach Archer had a game tonight at home where they defeated Clinton 51-31. and he should be jumping in the green room here as well. Any scores tonight surprise you?
Not really. Well, the Webb City score early on, I didn't see what happened later in that, but Webb City was down quite a bit in that ball game.
Yeah, they ended up getting shut out 35-0.
Wow. That's a really good team that they faced. But the Nixa score, I would have thought a lot closer ball game, but I still, imagine Nixa could have a chance to win that game, and sounds like they did.
Yeah, 21-20 with 10 seconds left. They throw a touchdown pass, so can't get any closer than that.
No, that's a good game, good matchup right there. For a team going to the Final Four and state championship possibly, I would probably be thinking Nixa could be a good team on that.
Yeah, because you had to think, Lee Summit North, spent a lot of the season ranked number 1 in the state, and Nixa was always in the top 5 in the state. But if Kirkwood hangs on and beats Jackson, then Kirkwood would be at Nixa next Saturday for that semi.
I have a final score with Kirkwood. Kirkwood 45, Jackson 35.
Outstanding. So Kirkwood, they advance, and they will be at Nixa, I believe.
Well, another surprising score here that kind of surprising to me, Adrian picked up a victory over Marionville, a narrow victory. Wait, that's from last week.
That was a game going in that I felt like Adrian might get them, but I don't think it matters. I don't know that anyone is beating St. Vincent in Class 1.
No, and the winner of, Adrian will play probably St. Vincent on the 30th here, it looks like.
They will. Now, where will that game be, or does Misha have that up yet?
Let's see. Adrian was in Marionville, so they would have the advantage at home. St. Vincent so that game was at St. Vincent, so it should be at Adrian if they alternate the home.
Very good. Very good. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick time out here. You're listening to Friday Night Live. Hey, drop us a note. We've got the chat box. Go to our YouTube page and like or subscribe. Go to our Facebook page and like us on Facebook, and you will know anytime that we go live. And we go live several days of the week. Well, every day of the week. We will have some type of live show, whether it's a morning update, Where Are They Now Wednesday with Playing on Sports Camp Mueller, Huddle Up on Thursday, High School Game Day on Fridays, and then Friday Night Live Friday nights at 9:30. We'll step away, take a quick time out, be back after these messages, and we'll be joined by MICDS head football coach Fred Bouchard.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together, we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Well, Harrisburg has come back and they have tied it up. Tracy Combs with a 29-yard TD pass to Caleb Sager with 3:44 left in the game, and the two-point conversion is good. So they're tied at 36 with Tipton and Harrisburg with 3 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the game. Elsewhere, as we update some other scores, just a handful of games tonight, just 10 games. So it's MICDS 49-3, and this is Class 5 state quarterfinals, 49-3 over Fort Zumwalt West, and they will play Platte County, who shuts out Webb City 35-0. Elsewhere in Class 5 state quarterfinals tomorrow at 1 will be Cardinal Ritter versus Washington. Also at 1 o'clock, Republic travels to Helias. And in Class 6, 2 games tonight, Kirkwood and Jackson. And that game, as far as I know, has not gone final. Kirkwood up by 2 touchdowns late in that contest. And the winner of that will play Nixa, who defeats Lee Summit North 21-20. Elsewhere in Class 6, DeSmet will take on Rockbridge tomorrow at 1, and Liberty takes on Oak Park also tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Class 2 and 3 quarterfinals are all tomorrow. It'll be Valley Catholic versus Bowling Green, Lamar versus Pembroke Hill, Lafayette County versus Fair Grove, South Shelby takes on Mid Buchanan. And in Class 3, Live for Life takes on Dexter, Mount Vernon takes on Seneca, Hallsville takes on Blair Oaks, and Oak Grove faces Maryville. And in the Class 1 district championships, as we mentioned, St. Vincent shuts out Crystal City 42-0. Tipton and Harrisburg are all tied at 36 with 3 minutes to go in the fourth.
Hey, Guy, I have a final on that one.
Okay.
Tipton 42, Harrisburg 36.
Outstanding. Well, congratulations to Coach Duke and Tipton on their win. So they will play host to St. Vincent next week, while Adrian will host Adrian will host St. Vincent, and Tipton will host, I believe, Penny next Saturday in the semifinals of Class 1. 8-man football, we do know that Bishop, LeBlanc, and Rockport, we had a final there. Everything else will be played tomorrow. All right. We have some basketball scores, and we'll hesitate to read those right now because the eyeballs that are on us right now are probably wanting the football score, so we'll update those as soon as we get those coming in. Alan, just your overall thoughts, or maybe some games for next week that you might be looking at. Alan, is Alan
There we
still
go. Yep, I'm still here. Sorry about that.
All right.
But no, next week looking at some of the playoff brackets here. Really that Nixa matchup, especially against Kirkwood. And then probably on the other side, DeSmet, I would imagine, has the advantage in that ball game. A very strong team. But some of these other games that we could be getting here, waiting on a St. Now, do we have the St. Vincent update? Because I haven't seen the update on that one.
St. Vincent, it's a final. They defeated Crystal City 42-0.
Oh, okay. Well, that could be my favorite right now to win in Class 1 at least. And then Tipton will face, we don't have a score on here for Penny or North Platte yet.
Yeah, Penny won, so Tipton will face Penny.
Okay, sorry about that. None of the stuff's updated yet on here as quick as last week, but no, definitely the Nixa game. That'd be a good game to go to, I think, just because of the fact the way they played tonight and was able to come out of Kansas City with a win. And I think they're probably playing maybe one of the best teams in the St. Louis side.
Right. Yep. It's it's getting that time of year. Just 2 games left, 2 weekends left. Semis and the finals, so we get down to just fewer and fewer schools every time.
And some of our other matchups, really we won't know until tomorrow afternoon because they play at one most of these games here.
Yeah, there's one I think at 2:00 and one at noon, but the rest of the I believe there's 18 games tomorrow will be at noon.
Yep, and
two
really good games tomorrow. Lafayette and Cardinal Ritter. Lafayette, a really good school. I believe they've won 2 state titles already this year in girls sports. And they're no stranger to Final Fours and other sports also. And then
we've reached out to Coach Bouchard again here. We hope to be joined by him as MICDS. They go to 11-2 on the season. Their 2 losses are to DeSmet back in week 2 and to Lutheran North back on October the 5th. And now they have won 7 in a row here as they head into the state semifinals versus a very good 12-0 Platte County team. I think I'm just going to call Coach Bouchard.
There you go.
We'll see if we see what happens.
Hello, guy.
Coach Bouchard, hey, welcome to the show.
Great. Thank you, guy. Good to be here. Good to still talk to you and be able to talk after a win.
Outstanding. Anytime you go into that Thanksgiving week and you're still playing, the turkey always tastes better.
Yes, I would say it does.
Well, Coach, a huge victory tonight, 49-3 over Fort Zumwalt West. What did you do really well tonight?
Oh, man. We did a lot really well tonight. We converted some pretty good third downs. We got a defensive touchdown from a sophomore who has stepped in and filled in nicely where we got banged up a little bit. Adrian Craig just did a great job on that. And, it was a 14-3 game at that time. And it pushed it to 21-13. And, we have some good momentum going there. So, in the end, though, we really ran the ball well. We really ran downhill. Brian Gould and Camp Cooper just were they were extraordinary today. I think they both had multiple touchdowns. It just made for a really good night for the MICDS Rams.
Coach, and again, we're visiting with Fred Bouchard, head coach for MICDS. Coach, you've won 7 in a row right now. You're kind of on a little bit of a roll. What have you turned a corner, or is this as well as you played all year?
Man, we played pretty clean today. Yeah. We executed well. That's a pretty good football team that pulled off a great win at an undefeated Fort Zumwalt North here a few weeks ago, and so to come in here into Fort Zumwalt and play the way we did, I certainly as a coach I got to be pretty pleased with a nice win and putting the clock on somebody, and just impressed with our guys. We're kind of we should be. This is November is when you should be playing your best football, and we certainly are.
Coach, you come out of tonight's game. I know you're in week 13, but outside of just football bumps and bruises, are you relatively healthy?
You know what? Now, we got banged up a few weeks ago. We got Camp Cooper back this week, who did a great job and scored 2 touchdowns. He didn't play last week. But we still have some guys who are out. So a couple of them are not going to be able to make it back for this season because they've got those injuries that are, maybe 6 weeks or so recovery, or 4 to 6 weeks. But, this is where your depth gets tested. And we, a kid like Miles Coleman really did a great job. He hasn't played a bunch of defense for us, but he's a really high caliber football player, and has played center, has started even as a freshman, and now we're asking him to play defense here as a junior. And it's when you're a captain of a football team, and you need somebody to step into those roles. that's just been great for him in that role. And I told you about Adrian Craig stepping in to replace Pete O'Leary, who's been a tremendous strong safety for us. And but Adrian came in today and did a great job for us.
Again, visiting with Fred Bouchard from MICDS, the head coach, who I believe this was career win number 251 for Coach Bouchard.
It is. Yes, it is.
Coach, do you remember win number 1?
Yeah, I do. It was against Louisiana. I was at Palmyra. I don't think you ever forget the first one there, Louisiana High School. We stole a win in the first round. We lost 6 in a row, and then we won one. I thought I may go 0-100 after those first 6 games, but we got it kind of turned around, and it was nice to celebrate. It's my 50th win here at MICDS today. This one here, so that's a good benchmark for our 5 years here and having to deal with COVID our first year where we only played part of the year. I've just been pretty blessed with great assistant coaches who do an awesome job, and then obviously great players who just play hard and play for one another and care about one another. So it was just it was a really good night. And we've been in the quarterfinals. This is my 4th quarterfinal here, and I will tell you the other 3 have been just dogfights that you just are scratching and clawing. And we lost one of them and to Cape Central a few years ago. So this is the first one where we really put everything together and played really well. The other ones were 1 touchdown games. So anyway, felt really good about our guys tonight.
All right, can't let you go with the time of the year it is. You're going to sit down Thursday with your family and break bread. What are you saving room for on your plate? What is your go-to on Thanksgiving?
Unfortunately, I go for about everything. There's nothing I ever turn back from. But just a good old-fashioned turkey. That's turkey with gravy up on top. I probably put a little slits of potato slide over on top of them. So yeah, it is Thanksgiving, and I have an awful lot to be thankful for. Good Lord's blessed me that I know that, and with an awesome family and an awesome wife. We just celebrated 37th anniversary here a few months ago, and so I listen. Good Lord's been really good to Fred Bouchard, and so I'm thankful for those blessings. I should have a tremendous amount of gratitude here this Thanksgiving. So thanks for reminding me. And hey, by the way, we're thankful for you for bringing Missouri high school football to our state and promoting it, around every corner there. Really appreciate the work that you guys do at the Missouri Sports Net.
Well, I greatly appreciate that. I'm humbled, and Coach couldn't do it without coaches from around the state like yourself who've been generous with your time throughout the year. And Coach, go out and get a victory next week against Platte County, and we'll do this again. And I know I'll be a little bit heavier at that time, but
so will I.
I'll kind of slump down in my chair, and we'll do the best we can.
That'll be great. Thank you, man.
All right, Coach. Have a great evening. God bless.
You bet. You too.
Coach Fred Bouchard, they're kind enough to join us. Now they've got a tough task in front of them with a Platte County coming up. And guys, let's just kind of run through I don't know that Coach Archer's on here yet. He is not. Let's just kind of run through the schedule, kind of maybe pick who you think are going to win some of these games tomorrow as you look at, and we'll start up here in the 8-man. There's 3 games tomorrow. You got Lockwood versus Archie, Concordia versus Bramer, and Worth County versus North Shelby. We'll start with Lockwood versus Archie. Alan, who do you like?
Well, looking at some of the scores there, that could be a toss-up, but I would say Lockwood and the Golden City Lockwood with Golden City probably has the advantage. They've had a lot more blowouts coming into that game.
All right, Kent, what are your thoughts on that game?
Well, I'm going to go with Archie to defend their title. It's the old. It can be difficult to beat a team twice. Archie did beat Lockwood. That's Lockwood's only loss. Beat them by 10, 48-38. Clear back in week 1, which is essentially, pretty much a whole season ago. So it'll be a great game one way or the other, but I'm going to go with Archie.
Yeah, I think I've got to go take Archie as well. Number one, their experience, but Lockwood is playing well right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they hold it to a touchdown game. But these two are familiar with each other. Lockwood's very physical. Archie's coach Drew Smith has been kind enough to join us several times throughout the year. But I'm gonna take Archie, and Drew Smith is a friend of the show, so if he's listening, I picked him. So we'll go with that. Concordia versus Bramer. We'll let Kent go first this time. What are your thoughts? Concordia versus Bramer and their red hot record-setting quarterback who's averaging more than 400 yards, 425 yards, I think, per game passing. So Concordia versus Bramer, Kent.
Well, I just got through saying it's tough to beat somebody twice, but I think it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm picking Bramer over Concordia. Concordia's only loss was to Bramer, but it was by 30 points back in week 2. And yeah, there's just a lot to like about Bramer. That's who I'm going with in that game.
Alan, what do you think?
I'm going to have to follow along and go with Bramer because if you got a quarterback putting up 400 yards a game, that is tough to stop all season long right there. And that's a lot of points coming out of that and the receiver positions at times.
Yeah, and that's a clean sweep because I'm going with Bramer as well. And then at the bottom there tomorrow, 1 p.m., you've got Worth County and North Shelby, two teams that I know absolutely nothing about. So I will go first, and I'll just say North Shelby.
All right. Well, and I'll balance that out. I'm going to go with Worth County. They have 2 losses, both close, and so I'm going to and early in the season, week 1 and week 4. So I'm going to go with Worth County.
All right, Alan, you get to break the tie.
All right, I'm going to have to go with Worth County there just because the points allowed is 17.7 in a game compared to 34 on the other side for North Shelby. If you get a hold of a team all season is 17 points a game, especially in 8-man, that is pretty strong defense coming into that.
Now we'll jump into these Class 2 state quarterfinals, which are all tomorrow in Class 2 and Class 3. You've got Valley Catholic versus Bowling Green, a Bowling Green team that has scored an incredible amount of points this year. Every time I'm on Flying the Desk here, I'm getting messages about seems like every 3 or 4 minutes, a Bowling Green touchdown. But this is Valley Catholic. Outside of Webb City, they've got more state titles than anybody else in the state. And, they do jump up to a Class 2 with their success. But I still have to go with Valley Catholic in this game. Alan, what are your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. They're looking at the record for Bowling Green. I mean, their lowest points per game besides the 28-20 playoff win was 50 points a game, but their one loss is to Valley Catholic by 3 touchdowns. And it's going to take a mighty effort to knock off Valley Catholic again this year.
Kent, you make it in a clean sweep?
Yes, Valley Catholic. I think they're in for another state title tomorrow.
Now you've got Lamar taking on Pembroke Hill. Lamar didn't have the season that they've typically been used to, except now. I mean, it's the same bat time, same bat channel. Lamar back in the quarterfinals against a Pembroke Hill team that played nowhere near the schedule, I don't believe, that Lamar did. I'm going with the Lamar Tigers. What about Kent?
Very much the same reason. I'm going to go with Lamar. It's at Lamar. They've been there before. They've done this. They know how to get the job done, and I think they will tomorrow.
Alan.
Yep, I'm going to have to follow along and go with Lamar. They just have the pedigree of their coaches, and those kids know how to play in big games, and I think that's going to be the difference maker there.
In another quarterfinal, you got Fairgrove going to Lafayette County there at Higginsville. Fairgrove is undefeated on the season. Very athletic. They've got Kellen Lair, their quarterback. Seeger has been playing very well. I'm a little bit nervous, especially after seeing what Adrian did to Marionville tonight. But I'm still going to take Fairgrove. Coach Bill Boris, also friend of the show. Alan?
Yep, I will have to follow along with that because Lafayette County, they have a good record, but it's coming down to strength of schedule. You know, a lot of even teams throughout the season, 6-4, 6-5, and just compared to the competition level that Fairgrove has played this year, I think they have the advantage, even being on the road for that game.
All right, Kent, we are, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm thinking it's going to be a good game. I'm going with Fairgrove in a close game.
All right, so we all take Fairgrove in that. Now we've got South Shelby taking on Mid Buchanan. Mid Buchanan team, very physical. They've had some injuries. We've had Coach Aaron Fritz on a few times this year. I don't know a lot about South Shelby. Mid Buchanan, I believe, undefeated coming into this game. So I'm going to take Coach Aaron Fritz and Mid Buchanan. What are your thoughts, Kent?
I'm staying with just what you are. I'm going with Mid Buchanan. They'll stay undefeated tomorrow.
Alan?
And I'm going to have to follow the same way there. Both teams, coming in pretty strong there. Both have played North Platte and both beat North Platte, but Mid Buchanan coming in with a 32 points to 8-point difference against points allowed. I'm going to have to say Mid Buchanan probably on that one.
Now we'll go to the Class 3 quarterfinals. All of them are tomorrow as well. Live for Life versus Dexter, and I'm going Dexter. Alan?
Yes, I would follow along with that. Live for Life, again, comes down to scheduling and kind of experience of different teams, where Dexter is coming in undefeated and only, again, averaging 8.7 points a game. The defense, anytime it comes down to defense like that, I'm probably going to follow the defense.
Kent?
Okay, so who did you two guys go for?
Dexter.
Okay. And Alan, you also?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going with Live for Life. I like the schedule they played. They played a very difficult schedule. They played up. They've gone out of state to play a couple of games. And had a convincing win against St. Francis Borgia. So I'm taking the 7-5 team over the undefeated team. Live for Life tomorrow.
You underestimate when you say out of state, by the way. Houston, Texas.
Now you've got Mount Vernon hosting Seneca, and this is a rematch of a Big 8 conference game earlier this year in which Seneca won handily, but I believe it was at Seneca. This one will be at Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon's playing very well right now, but I don't think there's any team in the state in Class 3 that's better than Seneca, and I hate to do this because Mount Vernon not only is a friend of the show, but it's what my diploma says from high school. So, but I'm going to have to take Seneca in this game. What are your thoughts, Alan?
Oh, Seneca all day long in this. Seneca has just been one of those teams that, putting up 53 points, allowing 11 a game. Again, one of those teams with a powerhouse offense and a powerhouse defense, beating nearly every one of their opponents by 30 or 40 points, it looks like.
Yeah, they just beat Lamar 57-7. The last game of the regular season, and Lamar obviously has got it going. But Kent, what are your thoughts on Mount Vernon Seneca?
Well, I'm sorry about your alma mater tomorrow, but I have to go with Seneca.
Hallsville and Blair Oaks. Ted LePage, much like Tom Cox at Mount Vernon, is a legend in coaching, high school football. Hallsville, I don't know much about, but I'm still going to take Blair Oaks and the Hall of Famer Ted LePage. Alan?
Exactly. I'm going to have to go with Blair Oaks. Again, another one of those teams that has been to the state title game in the past and has a coaching staff that knows how to win games, especially in the playoffs. So I'm going to have to go with the Blair Oaks Falcons on that.
Kent?
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Blair Oaks. Their one loss, I mean, they played up to play Lutheran North, got beat by 30, but you learn things and you get better in games like that. Hallsville comes in, it's a losing record. They won they lost the last 4 of the regular season, then they reeled off 3 wins in the district. But then you still get back to just who Blair Oaks is. They're averaging they've scored 56 or more points 7 times this year. So to me, this is an easy pick, Blair Oaks.
Oak Grove takes on Maryville tomorrow. Maryville is a lot of tradition. They've really upgraded their facilities. Coach Matt Webb up there does just a tremendous job. I know Oak Grove has had some success as well, but not to the level of Maryville. I will take Maryville in a close game here, but I'll go with Maryville. Kent, what about yourself?
Is that Oak Grove or Odessa playing?
Oh, it's Odessa. I guess it is Odessa.
Yeah, and I am going to go with the Spoof Hounds. I mean, how can you not root for a Spoof Hound, right?
Yeah.
But seriously, Maryville's been there before. Odessa's had some good teams over the last decade. Maryville tends to get it done year in, year out. I'm going to go with Maryville.
Alan?
Same with me. They're just Maryville, the matchups with Chillicothe and Pleasant Hill. Odessa lost both of those games by at least 2 touchdowns, and Maryville won them with a combined score of 77-0. So I'm going to have to go with Maryville.
All right, moving on into Class 4. Got Festus at Gateway tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Gateway has had just a remarkable season. I'm going to go ahead and take Gateway in this contest. Alan, I don't know much about Gateway other than they just seem to be just reeling off wins every time I saw them this year. What are your thoughts on Gateway Festus?
Oh, exactly. I'm going to have to go with Gateway. They may be, the underdog to some people here, but a very good city school there. There's some good football talent coming out of St. Louis, and Gateway, a few years ago, I covered some of their games when I covered Roosevelt, and Gateway's has a good program that they're building off of, and I think Gateway's going to come out of this one.
Very good. Kent?
I'm with you two guys. Gateway putting together a heck of a season. They're not done yet. They're 11-0. They get Festus on their home field. So I think Gateway is going 12-0 after tomorrow.
Warrenton versus West Plains. I'm going to take Warrenton. Alan?
Let's see. I'm looking at the matchups here, and I'm going to have to say I'm going to take Warrenton also. There's not much competition here, even comparing schedules. Warrenton just has much tougher schedule on that one.
Kent?
Yeah, I think Warrenton has proved it all year long. Alan's right. They have a heck of a schedule. Unscarred at 11-0. It's Warrenton tomorrow.
And in the 12 o'clock game, got Lutheran North taking on Parkway North. And I think right now, Lutheran North is the best Class 4 team in the state after what they did about 3 weeks ago to Cardinal Ritter, who I thought was the best team no matter the class in the state. And for them to get that win, I have to take Lutheran North. Kent, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I think Lutheran North is the win. They have come on. They were strong to begin with. They've come on strong. Their only loss now, and going out of town to Houston. Well, they went to Phoenix City, Alabama. They lost that game 30-12, but they've been on a roll. I like Lutheran North a lot. They're going to win tomorrow.
Alan.
And as much as Parkway South has a fairly tough schedule, I'm still going to have to go with Lutheran North just because of, Lutheran North is one of those teams that they play a schedule that is really tough, and they have been, again, deep in the playoffs several times.
Moving into Class 5, got Cardinal Ritter at Washington, and after what I said in the previous class, I'm going to take Cardinal Ritter to go all the way. Alan?
Yes, I would agree with Cardinal Ritter. I don't see anyone beating Cardinal Ritter this season.
Ken?
Well, Guy, I agreed everything you said about Lutheran North and them playing Cardinal Ritter. But in Class 5, Cardinal Ritter may not be the best team overall now, but they're the best team in Class 5 in my view. So I'm going with Cardinal Ritter.
And then we've got you got Elias Catholic taking on Republic. That's a rematch from a year ago, which Republic won. Now Republic's gotten healthy. They got their quarterback back, who was injured, I believe, back in week 3. He is back now and he's healthy. I want to take Republic, but I will. I'm going to take Republic in that game. Who are you taking, Kent?
I'll go the other side of that coin. I'm taking Elias.
Alan?
And I'm going to have to stick with the orange and black Tigers, and I'm going to have to stick with Republic on that one.
All right. Moving into Class 6, you've got DeSmet and Rockbridge at 1 p.m. I really like what Rockbridge has done. They've got the former coach there who was at West Plains for a number of years. He's moved into that Rockbridge district. He's kind of got them playing real well. I'm going to take Rockbridge in the upset here over DeSmet. How about you, Alan?
Yeah, looking at the schedules here, Rockbridge, their only loss was a 3 overtime loss in the first game of the season. But, I mean, they have won games against St. Troy and St. Dominic, which, along with a couple other games here, they beat Elias Catholic by a touchdown. So I'm going to have to go with Rockbridge.
Kent?
Well, I'm going to go the other side of that coin. I'm going to go with DeSmet.
All right. Liberty and Oak Park, 1 o'clock tomorrow. I know very little about either one of these teams, but I'm going to take Liberty over Oak Park. Kent, what are your thoughts?
I am going with the Trojans of Park Hill. I think that could turn out to be one of the better games as far as being a close game tomorrow. That's a great game for people to go to here in Kansas City. People around here should go up to Liberty. That's going to be a great game, but I think Park Hill's coming out on top.
Alan?
Yep, and I'm looking at the same thing, and to me, it's got to be – I think that may be our closest game we may have tomorrow, but I'm going to say Park Hill is probably going to inch their way out of that one with the win.
Well, outstanding. Well, we've run through there. You can leave us your thoughts. You can go to the chat box. Welcome to the show now. Nick's a head football coach, John Perry. Coach Perry had him all the way, didn't you?
Yeah, we were never worried.
Coach, an outstanding win tonight. Maybe the game of the night, maybe the game of the year. 21-20 over Lee Summit North. Tell us about the game from your standpoint.
Well, it was a really good first half. Very close, 17-14. They took the lead just before half on a field goal. Then we come out the second half and offensively could not really get going. actually could not get going at all. But defensively, we just kept making enough plays to get stops. And, so we end up getting the ball back with 2 minutes to go in the ball game and put together a drive, throw a game-winning touchdown, kick the PAT. Got to play 2 plays of defense to hold them. But, just an outstanding night, man. I mean, everybody kind of chipped in and did their part. Defensively, they gave us a chance when we struggled a little bit, third, fourth quarter. They made some dang plays and got some stops. There was a huge stop on the goal line on a third down play. They had a bobbled snap that left them with a field goal, I guess. But, just an outstanding team win.
Coach Taylor talks about that last drive in particular, McKnight's 31-yard run. Was that designed, or did he just pull it or tuck it and run? And then he gets up, kind of hobbling a little bit, maybe forced into a timeout there to just get him healthy before the touchdown pass. Tell us about those last couple of plays.
Well, what's crazy is we practice that 2-minute drill about once a week, and we're 0 for on the year. We've never beat our defense doing it, but we got the ball back with 2 minutes, and we're like, well, this is what we do, so let's try it, and we let it rip. And, the play, Adam just made the play. Like, he brought it down. It was there was a pass concept called. He brought it down, made a huge run, rolled his ankle on the play, got up, but he is an absolute dude, man. Like, he wasn't going to be able to come out. He wasn't going to come out. He wanted to win that ball game, and he makes a heck of a throw to win it. Wyatt Vincent made a heck of a catch. Just phenomenal, for our kids to be able to make the plays in every facet of the game when they had to make them.
Coach, on that play, that touchdown pass, and that's with 10 seconds left in the game. I mean, this is down to the wire. You're down 6 points. You call that play there. Were you at an angle where you could see, hey, he's going to be open? Did you get pretty excited knowing that he was going to be open on that play?
Well, we knew that one of the two was going to be open. Either Dylan Rivera was going to be open across the middle, or we thought Wyatt would be open. We liked the matchup with who Wyatt was on, and it was a great play call by Coach Baldwin, but it was an even better throw and a catch by Wyatt Vincent.
Well, as you come out of tonight's contest, outside of the twisted ankle, you're relatively healthy?
Yeah, I think we came out absolutely healthy, to be honest with you. I don't think we lost anybody. We've been in pretty good shape all year long, and, we're excited that we get to live to fight another day.
And now you've got Kirkwood, but I believe that you host this game.
We do. We're going to host them Friday night, 7 o'clock. We're excited about that.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, again, congratulations, and thank you so much for being part of the show and a big win and a great game. Had to have been a lot of fun.
Thanks, guy. I appreciate what y'all do. Y'all do a fantastic job.
Thanks, Coach. Good night. God bless.
Yes, sir.
That's Coach John Perry. They're kind of talking about the end of that contest there as my goodness. I don't know that there could have been a better game. That Marionville-Adrian game may have been a better game. But in Kirkwood-Jackson, it may have been a tremendous game as well, but it was a 10-point game there. But I was surprised because it was 17-14 at half of that Nixa Lee Summit game. Lee Summit just scores 3. There were just 10 points scored in the second half. 3 by Lee Summit North and 7 by Nixa. Both teams kind of stymied the other and took some things away from them with their adjustments at halftime. We're going to go ahead real quick here and take our final break. I can't believe we've gone this long. It's almost 10:30. We only had 10 games. But, hey, you're listening to Friday Night Live on the Missouri Sports Network, and we'll be back after these messages.
In the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. My name is Guy Newcomb, alongside with Alan Hilliard of Alan Hilliard Sports and Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports. And if we could look and see if we know some of the locations of next week's games, we do know that Nixa will be hosting Kirkwood. That's a Friday night game. That's interesting that they're going to do that on Friday night. I thought everything would be Saturday next week, but Kent, take us through the scores as they sit right now. Everything should be final.
They are all final. All 10 will go up to. Well, let's see here. My screen is stuck, but here, just give me one moment. We'll do it this way. In 8-man tonight, it was Rockport over LeBlanc, and in Class 1, all 4 games played. St. Vincent 42, Crystal City 0, Penny 35, North Platte 13. Adrian edged defending champion Marionville 17-16, and it was Tipton 42 to 36 over Harrisburg in one that went to the wire. In Class 4, it was Kearney 49, Warrensburg 14. In Class 5, MICDS 49. And let's see, who did MICDS play?
Fort Zumwalt West.
That's right, Fort Zumwalt West. The Jaguars. MICDS came out ahead 49-3. Staying in Class 5, Platte County blanked Webb City 35-0. Class 6, Nixa 21, Lee Summit North 20. And also in Class 6, it's Kirkwood 45, Jackson 35. Those are the games for this evening.
And Alan, do we know where these games, like the MICDS Platte County game, will be? We know that Kirkwood will be traveling down to Nixa on Friday night. Any other of the locations been revealed yet on the Misha website?
Looks like Adrian will host St. Vincent, and that's a pretty good distance right there. Good matchup. And then Platte County will travel to St. Louis to play at MICDS.
Very good. Well, gentlemen, hey, we made it an hour. I didn't think we'd get an hour with just 10 games, but we did. We got our picks in. Appreciate everybody viewing. I know we've got 500 live views on Restream. I don't know how many more we have on our Twitter or YouTube or Facebook live. Hey, do us a favor. Go to those places. Go to Facebook and like us on Facebook. Go to YouTube and subscribe. And then you will be the smartest fan in the stands. Hey, for Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports, for Alan Hilliard from Alan Hilliard Sports, this is Guy Newcomb from the Missouri Sports Network, reminding you to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe.